This is Fano from An Hour with Wolfpack, and this is my segment Steppin' Out of Babylon, and this is day 53. Today's date is March 14th, 2016. And today I just did the usual diet. I had a salad, then I had a kombucha, and then the usual nighttime stuff. I don't know. Thoughts for the day. I think it more to do with relationships and understanding people and realizing that GMOs and all the fake foods and sugars are corrupting a lot of people's minds, where I'm beginning to feel that, I feel like you don't really meet people anymore. You kind of just meet very controlled by addictions types of people, and they try to rationalize those thoughts with like being or thinking, or they think that they're like a great person or a good person or something in those phrases. And I think a lot of people are just messed up so mentally, and they're on so many substances all the time that they are just so out of it that they don't even realize they're out of it anymore. And I'm beginning to understand all this now that it's been 50 so days, and you begin to realize how aware you can become and how unaware a lot of people are. But they live with just fear and anger, so if they feel like they don't know something, they'll just get angry or live in fear and just be like, say everyone's stupid. So I think it's also why it's hard to meet people, because the reality of all this stuff is that the majority of people don't eat clean. Like, really, really clean. And even if they do, they don't really think clean, or maybe they don't work a clean job or do any of that stuff. So it's kind of like a realization that you just meet a bunch of sick people all the time, and that's really all it is. It's just sick people interacting and reproducing. Like a lot of parasites and bugs reproduce just through sex and saliva. And it's just like very interesting how the body works, and like how the body like works in a way that people don't even realize. Like, you don't even realize what all your cells are doing. You don't even realize like what bugs you got in you, or what are they doing or controlling. So I'm not like super hopeless on actually like finding somebody like dating wise, but the reality of it is that people are sick and their teeth are like rotting out, or their eyes are going bad, or their heart's going bad, or their liver's going bad, or the kidney's going bad, or their brain is going bad. And I think people get just so overwhelmed with it, where they're just like, you're negative, like you're being too much. But I'm not really being negative, but I'm just consciously realizing what's going on. Like, I don't see how that's negative. Like, the situation's already negative as it is. I'm just saying, hey, this is happening. Let's change stuff so people don't get more sick. And I think people are just so used to putting their head in the sand all day that that's just the norm. And it's really interesting when you meet people and women things, and a lot of women have their these guards up, or these walls, and they really just only showing you like 20% of who they are, 30%, 50%, 60%. I never really met a woman that talked to me or interacted with me and it was like 100% herself, like, within the first hour of talking to them. It's just people are trying to find, I guess, the best mate or whatever, but I mean, we're such manipulated beings that we could totally be conning each other and acting like we are a really good mate and we're really not. But I guess that's the whole thing of what guys call, having game and stuff. It's just pretty much how much you can trick a woman to basically sleep with you. But and that doesn't really get anyone anywhere. But at the same time, too, on the other side of the coin, when you're completely honest with women, too, they don't like that or don't want it. I mean, granted, there probably is a lot of women that do, but the majority of day to day really messed up women, they pretty much like people lying to them and acting cocky and macho and all that stuff. But at the same side, like, pretty much being nice only 20% of the time and being an asshole 80% of the time. But I believe it's like I should just be who I feel I should be, which I just be myself, which, I'd say I'm like 80% nice, 20% an asshole. So, I mean, I'm not going to switch that ratio just because I can have more sex. That doesn't really, like, matter to me. I mean, you don't really meet quality people anyways if you're on that, like, wavelength. You just meet people that just want sex and they want to drink and eat. It's just you just meet low frequency people. And even in these low frequency people, if they do have like a higher frequency of interest in something that, they still might try to connect with you, but they won't ever fully connect because you just can't be a high vibration and connect with the low vibration. It's like not going to happen. Either one or the other vibration switches. Like that's just how it is. But that's also an amazing thing about this world. If we all switch as individuals and raise our vibrations up, the whole world would change. But we think it's impossible because what we're taught is like, oh, one person is supposed to save the world, or a group of people are supposed to save the world. And the reality is you're just supposed to change your frequency inside of yourself. Be very, very, very true to yourself, and you will pretty much attract that energy. So, I mean, that's what I pretty much believe, and I feel like it's very true because you can just look at a lot of negative people and how they do associate with other negative people or get into negative situations and so on and so on and so on. And I just feel like you can change at any point in time. Like, even if you did horrible stuff your whole life, you can still change. And I know there's a lot of people that say that and they don't really change. They just act like they're changing. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that deep down inside change. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just like I've been thinking, it's like relationships, maybe I should just hold off to them for another like 60 days or so until I'm like kind of where I'm at fully and I can fully just be like, this is it, this is who I am. Like, I'm pretty much like that, but I'm also dealing with the transformation side of my body, so I'm constantly kind of dealing with like mood swings and things. So it's rough, but you can stay strong in Babylon. You don't have to become a Babylonian and be all corrupt and only care about yourself. So, on it with that, and this is Fano from An Hour with the Wolfpack, and this is my segment Steppin' Out of Babylon, and this is day 53, and today's date is March 14th, 2016, and I hope everyone lives with love and compassion, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love anyone else or be compassionate.